Good morning, everyone. Please change your name to the company name and your name. Our training is going to start. So please mute all the time during the training, and after each session, we will have question time. You can type your questions in the chat in this session. So we are going to start with the first training. Welcome to Streamax MENA 2022 online training. I'm Nico. Today, I will present the first training session for pre-sales. The whole presentation will be around 40 to 45 minutes. Our content includes 5 topics. The first one, the introduction of Streamax. This topic gives understanding of who is Streamax, what Streamax doing. The second one is the basic understanding of the hardware. This gives the pre-sales the knowledge about what product Streamax have. It basically contains 2 main parts. I will contain the main core technology, the MDVR, and the cameras. The third part, it will be the basic understanding of the platform. You will be able to get knowledge about what kind of functions that we are providing in Streamax standard platform. And the next one is collect requirements. After you have basic understanding of platform, of the devices, you will be able to collect the requirements from client, and you will be able to give the initial ideas. And in the same time, you may can answer some questions from the client. The last one is the documentation. You may receive different documents from Streamax, such as quotation, the perform invoice, the CI, the PL. So this session will help you to understand what's the meaning of this and other files. In the end, we will have the question time. You can freely type your questions here. We will answer the question live here. Maybe some questions we will answer later. And let's get started now. First, about Streamax. Streamax technology is an AI-based safety solution provider for commercial vehicles. And Streamax founded in 2002. Streamax is a national high-tech enterprise featured by independent R&D, self-manufacturing, and self-developing. Our headquarters is in Shenzhen, Guangdong province. It has set up numbers of subsidiaries companies such as Shanghai, such as Chengdu, such as Chongqing, and several offices overseas, include Houston, Tokyo, and in 2019, Streamax went public in Shenzhen Stock Exchange. So far, Streamax have 2,200 employees, include more than 800 R&D staff members. So which means more than 30% of the Streamax is our engine. And Streamax focus on the efficiency of safety of commercial vehicles. Based on that, we have built different AI systems for technology innovation, such as 3 engineering research centers for artificial intelligence issued by Shenzhen and Guangdong province. Up to now, we have 233 copyrights all over the world. So from here at Streamax, we always believe our mission is to build a brighter future of transportation with technology. So as a total solution provider, we focus on different sectors of different commercial vehicles, such as the law enforcement solution, the taxi solutions, school buses solutions, coach solutions. Regarding to each sector of the commercial vehicles, we have different solutions to be provided. In 2020, Streamax was ranked the first global market share of the video surveillance and global installation of video surveillance product in commercial vehicles, which you can see on this slide. that the data come from all media. Actually, Streamax is the first supplier all over the world. Of course, to explore our global market, we have established several offices overseas, include Amsterdam, Houston, Tokyo, and we value the high-end market by develop our advanced technologies and high-end products to offer our customers, to give excellent local services to our end users. And of course, in UAE, we are having the subsidiaries, and in KSA, we are having the technical support center. And also we have planned for other regions to have Streamax technical support center. Over the past years, we have made continuously investment in R&D and human resources. In return, Streamax avenue sales has grown stably. We have developed our own software and hardware to meet different requirements through the built-in Linux, built-in Android, and built-in technologies for different sectors of the AI technologies, such as the public safety, for the passenger counting, for the driver's identification, and also for the asset protection. With experience and knowledge we are having, so actually Streamax have already served 2.1 million commercial vehicles all over the world, which is a big number with our experience and knowledge. So focus on the commercial vehicle for more than 20 years. We as Streamax dedicate ourselves to develop and upgrade our product from the beginning to the end. All this made our product more tolerant to vibration, to dust, to water, to extreme conditions, temperature, and weather. All this have thanks to our testing center. We have 1,500 square meter professional testing center, which made the test for the first sample of the devices to make sure the sample, the design of the devices can stand the extreme conditions. One second. And with the testing center, Streamax have the intelligent manufacturing. Actually, we achieved by the past years that we can do the automatic assembling, automatic testing, automatic aging, and intelligent logistics. And with all this automatic intelligent manufacturing, Streamax is able to deliver the stable and solid product to the end user and serve them. And also all this process is under the quality control, which Streamax have the strict quality management system, fits the ISO 9009. With the solid hardware and everything, we will be able to develop the AI technologies based on the video. So now we will enter the second part, which is the basic understanding of the device. As the main technology or the main core of the Streamax, actually we have different levels of MDVRs. We have the entry level, we have the middle level, and the dash cam. I will explain what's the difference between all these products. The first one, the dash cam. The dash cam usually have two channels of the videos that focus on the cabin driver and the front row driver. Usually the dash cam, the storage we're using is a TS card, would meet maybe maximum to 512 GB. And the entry level of MDVR, which is M1N. This MDVR support up to 5 channels recording, and it supports SD card as a storage. Next level is X1N. What's the difference between the M1N and the X1N? The biggest difference is about storage. X1N can support up to 1 TB hard disk storage, which means with more time of recording. So M1N and X1N, we call it as entry level. Depends on how long storage your client is requesting. And then we will move to the X3N. This is as MDVR, actually, it is a middle level. We have up to 8 channels recording, and the difference between X3N and X3N Pro, which will be the hard disk. You can see from here. I put X3N H0404 and X3N Pro H0602. The difference between these two X3N or X3N Pro is about big hard disk. The X3N Pro supports the 3.5-inch big hard disk, which means you can have up to 4 TB storage, longer recording time. X3N will be support up to 1 TB storage, but both of them support total 8 channels of recording. After this enter level or middle level, we will be having the high-end devices, such as X5N. This one supports up to 12 channels recording, and X7N and X7N Pro. This one supports up to 16 channels of recording and up to 10 TB of recording locally. So means you will have maybe around 3 months or 2 months recording inside of the device in the vehicle. And we have another device called A5 and A8 Pro. These two devices we usually use in city bus solutions, that it also can support the big hard disk, longer storage, and have different features in this device. Also, I would like to have an understanding of the device names. For example, you are seeing the M1N H0401, the 0401, the 4+1 means the total numbers of this MDVR can support. Most of Streamax MDVR is hybrid, which can support analog camera and the IPC camera in the same time. So for example, X1N H0401 will be support up to 5 channels. You can understand how many channels this device is supporting based on the device name. So now we can have some basic image about the dash cam. First one is about 80+. This camera usually we installed it on the truck solution, and this have the built-in 4G connection, Wi-Fi connection, and the GPS connection. This camera, the cabin camera, can support the driver behavior, which means driver is using the phone or driver is fatigued. The external camera, which is focused on the road, it can support the ADAS function. For example, the front collision, the too close distance, and others. And with the wide angles of these cameras, you will be able to see all the surroundings very clear. This is the front view of the cameras. And the internal view, usually we can see the driver's face and the co-driver's face, and also the passenger's face. And the next one will be the enter level, which is M1N. Maybe you heard this device a lot of times, that this device is an SD card based device, can support 4 channels HD and 1 channel IPC. Usually this device can connect with 1 cabin camera and 1 front camera. Also, you can connect 1 more reverse or side camera, depends on the requirement. But this device only supports SD card. Maybe the recording time will be around 1 week around. Next one will be the X1N device. This device is a hard disk device, which means can support 1 TB storage. You can have longer recording time, but the total supporting of video channels will be the same as M1N. Now we enter the middle level, which is X3N. As I already explained, the X3N and X3N Pro, the difference is about the big hard disk. The X3N can support 1 TB storage, can connect up to 8 channels of the video. And also this device has the J sensor built in. What is J sensor? The J sensor is the device have the ability to detect the harsh braking, harsh acceleration, harsh countering of the driver's behavior. And also all the M1N, X1N, X3N all can connect to the different accessories, such as our watch, such as the in-cabin screen. Also, it will have the I/O input and serial port input. This one is the standard assemble for the Streamax product. After we are talking about the MDVRs, we can now move to the cameras. Actually, we have really lot of types of cameras designed for different type of vehicles. So I just classify it to 4 types of cameras. First one will be the external camera. You will be understanding from the name that it's installed external, which outside installation. And second one is the internal cameras. This kind of camera installed inside of the cabin to focus on inside of the situation. And then we have the front glass fixing cameras, which means this camera is installed stick on the glass, but it will be focused on the road view. And the last one is different type of the intelligent artificial cameras. Some camera can detect the driver fatigue, some camera can detect the front collision, some camera can detect blind spot detection. So I just classify this all camera to different level that you'll be understand which situation, which kind of camera is preferred. And now I will give you some pictures about the inside camera. Usually you can see for the inside camera, we will be focused on first, the driver view. Second, the door. The third will be the passenger. So inside of the vehicle install, how many indoor camera will be depends what the size of vehicle and what the type of vehicle. But you will have the basic understanding that which one is the most important part of the vehicle, the door, the driver, and the passenger. And we will have the view of the front road camera that is stick on the glass, focus on the road view. The next one will be the external camera. Usually this camera installed on the side of vehicle to focus on the side view, and also install the reverse of vehicles, focus on the reverse view. Also, we will have the rear camera. This camera installed on the top of vehicle or installed upper the plate number of the vehicle. What's this camera used? Maybe once the driver is put the reverse signal, that he will be able to see what is happening on the back of his car. After you have in total understanding of the device and also understanding of the cameras, you will be able to assemble the MDVR and with different recording channels, different installation of cameras. That all of this is on the edge, which means happened on the vehicle. So what is happening in the control room? So this sector will have a basic understanding of the Streamax platform. Actually, Streamax have really lots of platforms focused on different solutions, such as the taxi solutions, the buses solutions, and all these platforms have different functions and have its own focus. And it's actually based on different operation systems. So this sector, I'm not going to go too deep of which platform have all the difficult functions inside. I will be only focused on the basic functions that basically all the Streamax platform have. So I will go with what function it has. You will have the basic understanding which kind of function we are having and which kind of function we are promoting. So the basic function of the platform, I will divide it to actually 4 parts. The first part is live, which means everything happens lively. You can open the cameras live and you can see the tracking live. The second part is the playback, which means you can see what was happening yesterday or 1 month ago. And the third part is the evidence center. This function combines small clips of the videos uploaded to the platform. And the last part will be about maintenance, how we maintain the device, how we upgrade it, OTA and others. So you can see the first part, which is live. You can open the cameras lively on the platform that you can see from the left side, you can see which vehicle is run online lively. And in the middle, you will have combination of the live streaming. And on the right side, you will see the live tracking. And the last sector of this one, you will see the live alarms. For example, you will see the overspeeding live alarms, the driver fatigue live alarms, or the emergency live alarms. Once these live alarms like showing in the control room, that control room person is able to talk with driver. For example, if he receives emergency alarm, he is able to open the camera inside of the vehicles to see lively what's happening there, to do some reactions. So this is the live page, which is happening lively inside of the control room. The next page will be the playback. You will be able to play back any videos recorded on the device anytime he wants. And also you will have the historical tracking, which means yesterday this vehicle was in which location, that you will be able to get all this information remotely. And next function actually is a very useful function. We all know that Streamax have the underage alarms, which means, for example, once one fatigue alarm happens, the intelligent camera first will alarm driver locally by voice that you enter the fatigue mode, please rest now. And also the second level, it will send alarm lively to the platform. So the platform, which is control room person, can talk with driver to ask him to have a rest. This is second level. And the third level, the device will be able to have marked alarm and upload maybe only 5 seconds of this fatigue alarm to the platform. So this one as an evidence to evaluate driver later or do some evidences. So for example, you can see from here, actually this function will be save a lot of efficiency of data. Usually one evidence will be around 5 MB to 10 MB. So by opening the live streaming, this function will be more efficiency. And also inside of this evidence center, you will be search. You will have classification search by the alarm type, such as overspeeding, the panic, or by the plate number of the vehicle. Or if you link driver with vehicle, you will be also able to search the driver information. Once you open these evidences, everything will be present there, such as the video, the GPS tracks, and the driver information, and alarm types. The next page is about the OTA upgrading. This one actually now is not combined with other platform, but this one is very useful function that if there is some new release of the functions of the software, you will be able to upgrade it through internet. You no need to go to the car to upgrade it. And also you can do some configuration lively through the platform to change some value or put some new alarms inside of device. And the last one, you will have some management levels report, such as you can assign different user with different rights. You can assign one user only can open the live streaming, one user only can watch the playback video. This all is under the user management. You can put how long you want this user to access your platform, or which function you want him to see, or which kind of vehicle you want him to enter. And also you will have the alarm report based on what was happening on the live page. So all these informations combined with Streamax video focused platform. This is all the basic information that you could get and available in all Streamax platform. And when we divided platform to different commercial vehicles, such as school buses or other things, we will actually add on functions based on the basement of the Streamax platform. So after you have the basic understanding of who is Streamax, what we are doing, and after the knowledge about MDVR, how many channels we can connect, and about platform, what kind of platform function is there. So you already have the standard understanding of the whole solution. So you can start collect requirements from the client. There is several questions we always asking when we are trying to understand what the client wants. The first one, what will be the type of vehicle? So as we understand, we are serve the commercial vehicles and we have different solutions based on different type of vehicle. So for example, when we know that it's a school bus vehicle, we will be going to the X7 Pro device because X7 Pro have integrated with all the features related to the school bus, such as the motion sensor, the child checkmate, the RFID for students to sign in and sign out. So when we talk about school buses, our first image will be the X7 Pro, but this one depends on the situation. Maybe your client do not want some special function for school buses. He only wants the normal recording, but I'm talking about in general. For example, the type of vehicle is taxi. We will think about the TP2 because always when we are using taxis, there is a fare collection, there is a passenger signing, there is a lost and found. All this is related to the taxi solutions. And when we are talking about truck or other waste management, we'll think about the dash cam because for the heavy vehicles or for the long-term driving vehicles, the driver's behavior is the key part of it. And when we talk about the bus solutions, such as city buses or the coach, we will think about the A8 Pro solution that it actually brings end user with passenger counting, with the passenger information screen, and also with the destination board. Also, driver have the internal and external talking with all the passengers. So this is like the real important question we always ask as the first question. And I hope later, if we are sending some requirements, that we can attach the real picture of the vehicle, because in the end, we will come up with a total solution design with which camera installed in which location and what function can achieve. Okay, so after the first question, we will enter to the second question, is how many channels of videos you require? There is several views that usually the client require. First one is the cabin driver, which is one camera focused on the driver view. We are monitoring all the time what the driver is doing. And the second one is the cabin passenger. Usually the cabin driver view camera can cover the view of cabin passenger in the front line. But once it comes to the rear line of passenger, usually we add another camera. And also we will focus on what the front road is happening, or the rear, or the reverse camera, or the side view of camera. These 5 views of camera is usually what the client is requesting when they want to have some video surveillance in their vehicles. And the third question we was always asking is how big storage you want. You may get 2 points of answers. The first one, they will tell you directly, we want 1 TB hard disk, or we want 500 GB SD card. This one will be very clear. You can tell them 1 TB, we have this device, or 500 GB, we have this device. But sometimes they may not able to tell you what storage they want. They will tell you, I want a week video recording, or I want 3 months video recording. So by this time, we will be able to calculate, like estimately how big storage they want. And later in the training session, we will also teach you how to calculate the video storage based on the Streamax tool. So, but when you see 1 week recording, the M1N device, which support SD card, usually can fit this long time recording. But when we see a month or 3 months recording, usually we have to go to the hard disk, which is 1 TB, 2 TB, 4 TB, or even 10 TB video recording. But when we are seeing a year recording, maybe we will recommend client to have the cloud service that he can save his videos on the cloud for 1 year, 2 years, or even more years. Because if we are going to talk about a year recording locally, will become very inefficient of the solution. And the last question we was always asking is, what's the AI function required, such as the DSM, driver behavior, driver fatigue, or the ADAS, which is focused on the road for the front collision to close distance, or the blind spot detection on the side or on like reverse, and also the passenger counting. Do they need the passenger flow based on the city buses solution? So this one is usually the last question we was asking. All these 4 questions, actually you can understand more of what the project require or what the client want. That will give you more clear ideas. And actually the second step is trying to understand deeper, like what is the real pain point that your client is having. For example, maybe you will receive a lot of questions based on different projects, such as I have concerns about data, that maybe I open one live streaming will consume a huge data of me. If you receive these kind of questions, you can explain to them that we have the functions which called evidence center. We only mark the important video to be uploaded to the platform. Actually, by this way, all the solutions will become more efficient. Or we will have another question that we want 24 hours keep recording on the vehicle. So when you see this kind of question, you will be asked like, this vehicle will be running 24 hours long. Maybe your client will say, no, actually my vehicle is not running 24 hours. So we will explain to them that actually the local MDVR is depends on the vehicle's battery. If we are going to run the system 24 hours, in the end, maybe we'll kill the battery. So actually this is not right solution for you. So by that way, you will be able to open talking with the client to understand what really they want, except of only sees on the surface requirement. The next one, maybe your client will asking about integration. If you meet some questions about integration, my suggestion is to check with Streamax technical team. But in general, the platform integration can be happen. But for other accessories such as the fuel sensor or the other sensors, I still suggest that you can come back with Streamax technical team. And if you meet any questions during your conversation with the client or understand the requirement, you can always come back to the Streamax team, seek for a answer. And the last step of our understanding of requirement will be design a solution. Actually, this step usually is done by Streamax team that we will based on which type of vehicle to give you a system drawing, like where we will install the front camera, where we will install the side camera, and also this kind of solutions will connect to which platform, and this is the platform requirement. So after all the collection and the discussion, Streamax team will come up with a total solution included on the vehicle and sometimes on the platform and also with the integration. So this is how we come up with the final solution. But by the step 1 and step 2, we will be able to understand what the final solutions we are giving to the end user to provide value to them. And after we talk a lot about the device, talk a lot about platform, and I think you will understand more how we are collecting the requirement from the client. Now we are going to enter one session is about documentation. What is documentation? That you may receive lots of documents from me or from the sales assistant that help you with the project, such as first one will be the quotation. Usually when after you collect requirements, you send requirements to us, we provide the total solutions, you'll be receive about the quotations. In this quotation, you will have the full details of the solutions. Let's see the first line. We will always put the main core as the first line, which is MDVR. Inside of this line, we will combine with which kind of component is inside of the device. For example, we will put the building GPS, building 4G, building Wi-Fi, and also the building storage. Everything will be connected to the first MDVR. And then we will put the different type of cameras, such as the driver cabin, the inside, or the external. In the camera's description, we will put clearly this camera is for which view to make no confusion to the end user and also our partners. And you can see sometimes in the quotation, there is some red mark as optional. That part is what we recommend to add value to the solution. Most of them, we will add the driver behavior camera. Sometimes we will add some external camera. So when you are seeing the red, which red in optional, this one means this camera is not mandatory in your requirement, but Streamax recommend to add this camera. So this is what is the red mark as optional means. And then we will go down as the cable length. There is two types of quotation you may see. First one, you will see a cable package. You will see the total price of all the cables in one page, or maybe sometimes you will see cable separately put there. This one depends on the different project. And then when you go down, you will see the bank charge. This one usually is charged by the bank that is default there. But if you have some questions, you can raise it as well. And then we will come to the certification fee. This certification, such as the country of original or other certifications, but the certification mentioned here is only about the certification that Streamax can do. It's not related to the local certification, such as only the local company in that country can do. So Streamax in this part is supporting. And the last one is the shipment cost. Usually you can use two directions. First, you can have your own forwarder that pick up the goods from Streamax factory, or you can ask for a quotation from Streamax that usually we will quote you as DHL shipment fee from the DHL company. And also, actually the next line, you will see the payment terms. Usually Streamax is doing the AXW China, which means the place of delivery is original manufacturer place, which is in China. And also the payment terms usually will be the telegraphic transfer. How much percentage of this payment term will be depends on different situations. But if there are some projects will require different payment terms, such as DDP or other things, this one will be talked separately. But 99.9% of Streamax payment terms is EXW. And after you receive a quotation, you will confirm on the items, and after everything confirmed, you will receive the PI from the sales assistant. And after you release the PO, you will be received the commercial invoice. Inside of commercial invoice, you will be see clearly what is the good name, what is quantity, what is price, and all the information will be presented there. And also, usually when we send the CI, it will be attached to one PL as well. So PL is your packing list, is your device is be divided to how many package, what's the weight of this package. By use these two document, you will be able to do the clearance in your country. But sometimes we also like the shipment or the forwarder provided by Streamax. So if you are shipped by air, you will receive the bill of loading. If you are shipment by sea, you will be received the bill of loading. If you are shipment by air, you will be received the airway bill. And this is usually all the like files that Streamax is providing to help with the clearance of the settle down of the project. And the last one is one sample of CO. Actually, CO have a lot of types. If you request a specific CO for a specific country, that you really need to describe it clear before we implement everything. Because for the country of original actually have a lot of types. This one is usually what Streamax is providing as a CO. And this is all the sessions about the basic understanding of the pre-sales knowledge. Today, we will just focus on the basic device, basic platform, and the basic files about Streamax. Later, maybe several months later, we will have another training session. We will be focused on the solutions, such as school bus solutions, what we can provide, the taxi solutions, what we can provide, or the buses solution, what the functions is there. So today's training, we are focused on basic understanding, what we are having as the hardware or platform. So it's not too much delicate to the different solutions. So this is all about today's basic understanding of the Streamax. Now we enter the question session. If you have some questions, please type it and I will answer it lively here. And after the question session, we will have a break until 11:05 that we will start our technical session is about the device. So if you have some questions here, you can type freely. I received question, let me open.
Good morning, everyone. Now we'll start with the basic configuration of the MDVR. As Nicole explained before, we have three types of the configuration, how to make the configuration in the MDVR. First one through the screen, the CB4 touch screen. And second one through Easy Check, the Wi-Fi dongle. And the third one, which one remotely through the platform. Actually, all the three types have same information and same configuration. We can make it. This is the CB4, the touch screen. First, we have the main menu. We have the login page to access the settings. You can see the system menu. You can see the status of the connection or the modules, Wi-Fi or GPS communication module, the playback, and the view of the camera on the screen, single screen or quad 4 screen or split to 9 10. For the login, when you press the login, you can see you can make many of users as admin or view users. When you enter to the screen, you can see make search for the log or the system again, the record, the ITC and the setup and logout. For a record search, We can search for the mainstream or substream for the specific date and time. We can select the date and time and the year, and you can mark the record will mark on the dates. What about the if there is any alarm or recording, normal record? When you click search, you can see on the day the record type. The green is normal, the red there is alarm, the yellow it's locked record. And you can select the channel which one you need to play back. After you play back, you can export it to USB through MDVR manually. You can export the video by standard data, which one H264, or AVI, it will export it as MP4 file. You can see the export time from this time to this time, the file size, and the storage, if the storage enough to store this record or not. Also, we can search from here the log in the MDVR, like operation log or alarm log or black box log. Same for the recording. We can select the date, which for which date we need to make the search for this log, and next we can see the logs. Now we'll for the setup of the MDVR, the basic setup first. For the time zone, we can select the time zone first, and synchronization for which server, from satellite or from center server, which one, SIBA 2, and for NTP server. The STD, it also can make the starting time if we need to start the MDVR on the specific time, and only in this time we need to start it. We can set it here. We can set by day or by hours. The startup of the device, here we have the on-off mode. We have by ignition or by time. If we use by ignition, we can make a delay on the when the ignition is off from the vehicle. We can make a delay for to shut down the MDVR. The lighting is off when we select this option. After this time, the screen will coming black and will showing again if there is any alarm happen, or we touch the screen again to see the camera again in the vehicle. Here the sleep mode, the sleep mode option here. We have no consumption standby. This will shut down completely after the ACC off and after the delay finish. Also, we can make low consumption standby if we can enable if the battery coming low. We can set this parameter. The MDVR will shut down automatically if there is a battery down to save the battery and save the MDVR from the low voltage. And it will start automatically when reach the voltage again to the threshold which one we set it. Here we can make this, the user setup. As I explained before, we can add many users at the view only or admin. He can change the configuration in the MDVR or parameter. The menu idle time in the top here, after 1 minute, if there is any no change on the CP4, it will log out automatically and require to log in again as a user. The network here, the communication, how to connect the device to the internet. Some of the MDVR can support local network through internet cable. We can make the setup here for the IP of the MDVR for the router or something on the vehicle, and we can connect through local network. Wi-Fi also we can connect through Wi-Fi. We need to write the ESSID and the encryption method and the password for the network, for the Wi-Fi network. For mobile network, this one, communication module, the 3G or 4G. By default, if there is no APN, private APN, it will connect directly. If there is APN, private APN or special APN, we have to write the APN on this column to connect to the network. Here we have the server, the server IP, server configuration. The server configuration, this type of the configuration, there is register server IP and the media server IP. Most of the time it's coming on the same server, okay, but sometimes also it will change the port of the connection. The connection type for SIBA2, it's N9M, and the MDVR support two N9M connection on the same time. We can add many servers, but it will connect two server N9M in the same time. Here we have FTP server also. We can write the FTP server IP and the port, username, and the password. This also will help us if we need to upload some snapshot through FTP to the server.
Yes.
Here also we have the download. We can make auto download for the videos, the recorded video. it use this function used with the SIBA 2 platform. The user can create the auto download task via the SIBA 2 download platform, and the platform managed to advise download, like which vehicle to download, which network, Wi-Fi or 3G or 4G. And if the download is completed via Wi-Fi network, the user need to figure out via which Wi-Fi AP each vehicle it's downloaded. Here we have the surveillance tab. The surveillance tab, here we have the image setup and startup screen. The image setup at this stage to change the camera parameter value left or right, or if we need to make it as a mirror or flip the camera. The setup screen, sorry. We can select 1 or 4 or 9 channel to be displayed on the screen on the same time, and which camera we need, which channel we need to select it. The auto loop, it will make the view for one screen of this will put the screen that appear after a boot. The user can set one screen or 4 screen or 9 screen as how many channel to display. For example, the device has 4 analog camera and 2 IP camera. We only use 2 IP camera to enable them to view to 4 screen. It's automatically switch the channel to of a view in the screen. For every switch, the user can set the display which channel and show them in the which mode. The live OSD, this will show on the screen what the information we need to see it during the live view on the vehicle. The date and time, the speed of the vehicle, the plate number, the GPS coordinates, the alarm, if there is any alarm, the channel name, the vehicle number, and the 3X sensor information. The record, here the record, it's the type of the recording. The record page, it's include general mainstream and substream and record OSD. The NTPR support PAL or NTSC system. The override option can be by capacity or by days or stop overwriting. Means when the hard disk is full, it will stop recording until we clear the old data and reopen, record again after clear the old data. The substream, it can choose the storage. The substream only has 2 storage options. built-in SD, and the external SD. The recording mode of substream recording, mirror recording, alarm, alarm recording, backup. The first substream recording, the MDVR, encode two data streams, namely the primary stream and substream. The mirror recording, it's completely back up the HDD data to the SD card. The alarm recording backup, the recording will be stored only when alarm is generated. By clicking the channel that requires substream settings, the user can set the substream recording by click the use and click to make recording settings of substream. The recording OSD, the user can choose the live OSD information which can be on the recording on the video. Besides, it should determine the recording OSD and live view OSD. The IP setup. The IP setup here, when we connect the IP camera to the MDVR, we can select the channel which one we need to connect this IPC by clicking the search on this button. We can it will show all the IPC camera connected to the MDVR. The MDVR with the PON interface, it's not support IPC quick settings like X1 and X3 have a PON switch interface. It supports auto discover the function MDVR will automatically assign one IP to IPC after connecting the IPC. At this time, the MDVR will not have the IP address into parameter. And the IP address will be assigned after the replug the camera. The MDVR with PON interface, the IP address of the IPC will quick settings since the device needs to connect to the switch. The MDVR will automatically search the IPC and configure the searched IPC with the IP address after connecting to the switch IP. The IP address starts from 100, 10.100.100, and skip the IPC network segment address for the IPC. We have here one challenge. If we connect the same channel AHD, we cannot, for example, if we have AHD camera and IPC camera. If we connect AHD camera to channel 1, we cannot search the IP for the same channel 1. We need to select another channel. After we click search for the IP, it will show the IP address of the cameras. We can select the camera which one we need and click OK. It will configure automatically to the MDVR to this channel. This will show the IP address of the camera. and the port, and if there is any username and password. Normally for Streamax camera, there is not required username and password. Here the sensors, when we need to connect the I/O sensors to the MDVR, the MDVR support from 1 to 8 I/O. The parameters can be set on this screen. The voltage or pulse is option to this signal. The I/O purpose can be chosen according to the user's requirement. Here we have the serial port configuration. The serial port support two-way of the serial port communication, RS485 and RS232. To configure 4 serial port, 2 RS485 and 2 RS232. When we choose RS485, bus connects hello? Okay. When we choose the RS485, connect server, it will make same bandwidth or portrait, the standard portrait for the device, like extra temperature or humidity sensor. How the user can how the user can tell which sensor it's the temperature come from. In case the user must write an address code for each professional by the tool offered by Streamax. For example, connect to the 3 sensor. This sensor should be numbered, and their address code are actually the number of the number description. Here we can connect the speed with collect the speed from the vehicle. There is 3-way available for the speed signal: the satellite, the pulse, and the OBD. If the OBD protocol available, we can integrate with the OBD and get the speed pulse speed data from the OBD. The unit of the we have also we have two type of units. We can choose kilometer or mile per hour. The snap settings, here we can make snap settings by time. For specific time, we need to have a snap on the MD, to take a snap and upload it through FTP from the start time or to end time for a specific channel, and it will upload to the central server to SIBA2 server. Also, we have here trigger alarm, trigger snap. We can make it when the alarm happen. We can make a snap and upload it also through FTP. Here we have also the threshold of the maintenance. The maintenance here, if there is high temperature or high voltage or low voltage in the bus or on the MDVR, will make an alarm automatically and send it to the platform. We can create this, the threshold depend of the user. The alarm, now after we collect the information of the IO, and we need to create an alarms for this IO. The speed alarm, once the speed is higher than the set speed, an real-time alarm log will be generated and uploaded to the platform. The panel alarm, the alarm will be taken as an actual alarm after the button has been pressed for a while. The IO alarm, its linkage settings are offered to the IO alarm. The linkage like upload or activate the IO output in the MDVR and send the notification to the send notification to the platform. Here we have video loss alarm. Also, we have for the video alarm, we have video loss and motion and cover. The video loss, we can this if there is any tampering with the camera, somebody remove the cable or the camera has an issue, it will record it will generate an alarm and upload it to the platform. The motion alarm, we can set also area in the camera. When the motion happen in this area of in the view of the camera, it will generate an alarm. The covering alarm, this also will if somebody cover the view of the camera or the camera distract with any object, it will generate an alarm. Here the linkage alarm, what we can link to each alarm. In general, most of the alarms we have same setup. We can choose whatever we need. Post recording for each channel, what channel we need to make post recording during this alarm. Lock this alarm. Activate IO 1 or 2. The output delay. The output here, when we select the IO output, we can make a delay. How long time we need to keep this IO output activated. Linkage screen, it will open one screen on the CP4 and keep open for duration. And also the snap, if we need to make a snap for this alarm to upload it to the platform. The AI alarms, we have different parameter for each AI alarm for fatigue, distraction, for the DSM camera, or use phone. Depend of the speed on what the speed we need to activate it, and what the threshold and what the sensitivity, we can set it for each alarm separately. Also here we can make same alarm linkage. For the ADAS settings, we need to set, when we install the ADAS camera, we have to measure the height of the camera and insert it on the other setup on the basic setup page, even in centimeter or in inch. The maintenance page here, if we have many vehicle, same setup, same cameras we have one setup for all vehicle. We can export the the config file for first MDVR and apply it for all the MDVR which one has same setup and same camera connection. Here we can export the logs for MDVR. As I explained before, we record the logs for the alarm log or operation log and the black box data when the MDVR is on. We can export it by select the date and time, or we can select all records. We can export it. We have alarm log or operation log or black box log. We can select the date and just press export button to export the log. The upgrade of the MDVR or the cameras, the IPC camera, we can make upgrade by using USB drive, create a folder named upgrade on this in the USB, and we put the new firmware inside this folder and upgrade it. It will the MDVR will load this firmware by temporary memory and restart the MDVR. After the restarting, the MDVR will upgrade. Same this steps. It will also apply for IPC camera. Here we have one note. We cannot make two firmware related to the same device, different version on the same folder. If we keep same firmware, firmware type, different version in the same folder, the upgrade will fit. The storage here, we can see the storage capacity of the hard disk, available hard disk, and the MDVR or SD card or the USB, which one we use it for log or for upgrade. We can see the free space and the total space, and we can format it and clear all the data inside the drive. The reset button here, it will make all the settings reset as a default, manufacturer default. If we need to reset this configuration and use it to another MDVR, we don't need to go page by page and reset the configuration. We will reset all the settings, and we can reboot the system also from this button. That's all. Any questions? We have a question for Mr. Fadi. Actually, for the 6X, we support harsh brake, harsh acceleration, harsh cornering. Mr. Ahmed sure will share the presentation. Mr. Muhammad Abbas, the MDVR will send the voltage. If there is abnormal voltage, it will send an alarm. Depend of the threshold, which one we put it on the MDVR, not the camera. Mr. Khalid, for the HDD, depend of the why it's not recording. Maybe there is a configuration issue, or we need to investigate why first why first not recording before we format the hard disk. Sure, who will share the presentation? If we configure معين, if we configure the overwrite, no need to format the hard disk. It will overwrite automatically. It will delete the old data and record the new data. Julie, actually, we have many steps to check why the HDD not recording. First, we need to see is the HDD damaged or different. We need to investigate the vehicle itself. There is recording in the previous when it stopped, what the status when it's stopped recording. Manny will share the presentation, sure. Actually, this can, Muhammad Abbas, can be done, but we need to trigger from motion or from sensors, outside sensors. Mr. Khalid, for the HDD not recording, again, if the HDD it's damaged, the HDD damage cannot record again. How it's damaged? What the reason? Maybe for the vibration or wrong installation. This many things. Mr. Afif, actually for the seat belt, you can use connect the sensor input, I/O input to the vehicle, and make it the configuration on off the voltage, and select in the collection seat belt. It will you will receive seat belt notification on the backend. As if you can start the MDVR again. Actually, this motion detection, it's while the MDVR is on, it will make a recording or alarm. You can trigger like this, but you cannot start the camera. The camera started already. مؤيد for the camera alarm, camera bring dirty or covered, you can set up, yes. You can set up for one camera or two camera or three camera. You can set for all cameras, yes. Julius, maybe we can have we can have discussion about this one, and investigate why it's not recording. First, we can check if we put another HDD, there is it will start recording or not. As if the vehicle stopped and the MDVR working, start up, yes, you can. Mr. Afif, can you more explanation about your point?
السلام عليكم، يعطيك العافية مستر محمد.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
بالنسبة بس للنقطة تبعيتي، هي موضوع السنسر بده يكون عم يبعت إشارة periodic، بحيث كل مدة بيشيك السنسر on ولا off، ولا بس تتغير الستيتس تبعيته بيبعت لك أبديت؟
لا، بس تتغير الستيتس تبعه بيعطي أبديت.
والسنسر هو عبارة عن dry sensor ولا it should have voltage؟
لا، فولتج، يعني هو نحن بناخذ فولتج او جراوند، يعني في عندي تو اوبشن اون اوف.
اوكي تمام. وفي بعدين مستر محمد سوري، بالنسبة للام دي في ار بس يكون مطفي، السيارة مطفية، هل في إمكانية إنه يبعت periodic location مثل ما التراكر بيعمل؟
هاي إذا كنا حاطينه على اللو
ما سمعت إذا كأنه قطع الصوت.
الو
أيوة، إذا كنا حاطينه على اللو.
اذا كنا حاطين على اللو.
لا، أنا ما وصلني كامل الجملة أخي.
Again, we have two scenario for the sensor, on and off, high voltage or low voltage. We can take a high voltage by volt 1 or low voltage by ground. We can trigger this two signal.
Yeah, this is for the seat belt. Now we are talking about the location of the vehicle once the engine is off.
Yeah.
So now the MDVR in the sleeping mode.
Mm-hmm.
Can we still
If we make
requesting the device to send the periodic location?
In some solution, yes, so we can make it for when we use the low consumption power.
Low consumption power, this will be only while the device is off.
Actually,
and there is any calculation for how long it will the battery will drain?
Actually, depend of the MDVR low consumption, it will go to the standby mode, not power off.
So on the standby mode, it will be able to send the location.
Yes.
So only the GPS will be active.
On some
camera will be on.
Yes. In some solutions, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed some questions. 1 minute. Also, identification of each changes. Mr. Maher, yeah, what type of the sensor you mean? Any depend of the sensors, third-party sensor. You can share what information you need. Also, we can have discussion about this. Mr. Khaled, if there is a bad sector in the HDD, there is a way to fix it. This for RMA, actually, we have to check. I think, Mr. Abdulaziz, we answer your question related to the location. Negative input. What do you mean by negative input? Ashif, what you mean by we can trigger negative and voltage. The fuel and temperature, maybe we can discuss this one for fuel and temperature. Already we have a temperature sensor from our side. It's integrated with the school bus solution. I think thank you for your times, team, and I appreciate your listening. Now we'll have 5-minute break, and we will start at 12:05.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad, for introducing us the device configuration. So we will have a tea break. On 12:10, we will have another technical session regarding to the platform introduced by Mr. Angus.
Okay, so guys, welcome back to our online session still. So our tea break is end. I'm Angus, technical support engineer from the MENA region. So from now on will be me, have a general introduction about the SEBA platform, how to using what is functionality, and from installation of the server to also introduction about the SEBA website functionality and SEBA client. So you guys can see my screen, so I will start now. So basically in this introduction, we'll have the four part. First one is the SEBA server installation. And the second one will be the web interface introduction. The third one will be SEBA client introduction, and the last one is additionally, which is the calculate tools for the HDD capacity calculating. So first one, we'll start with the SEBA server installation. As you can see in the chart, once the customer reached to us, he said, "Okay, we have the fleet, we have the project. We need using the Streamax SEBA server, and the devices will be under 500. So this will be the server specific classification which is needed when the fleet quantity under 500 devices. How much is CPU, how much is memories, and what is the operation system will be provide at least, and what is the storage capacity of the storage, and the bandwidth network card requirements. So customer before we go with the project, customer have to prepare us the corresponding server specifications. And the second one will be once the server is ready, customer IT team has to open the listed ports accordingly on the firewall. So that's how our Streamax SEBA server can working smoothly without any issues of network or some other issues. So this will be the listed port for the SEBA server working normally, and IT team of the customer have to open these ports because they represent the services on the SEBA. So once customer's server is ready and the port is opening, so we will go to the SEBA to server installation guidance. So first of all, we have to installation the Net 3.0 Microsoft Net frameworks to make our system can running normally under this operating environment. So here will be the steps. We will open the channel control panel on the server, and we'll go to this path. We will installation the frameworks as required. So the second step will be the server deployment. Before the project start, we will pass the server package to our customer. So in this package, we have two things. One is the server version package. one is the client version accordingly. So customer have to put the server package on the server itself, and we will start to installation the server on the the SEBA server on the server that the customer provides. So it's a normally go step by step. It has a mention, so no need to worry. But we have to notice that for the step 4, which once the new server is being insulated, the config tool will pop up, and as a customer, if they deploy by themselves, they have to change the media public IP as a customer provided the external IP, which is IP that for the website, for the device, for the client side to be viewed, to be accessing. And then after this is done, we have to clean the modify config, which is make the configuration work. So until this step, the installation will be finished. So this server data backup, which will happening once there is a server upgrade from the old version to the new version, and the customer have running their fleet. They have a lot of data about alerts, about GPS, about things like this. They have to do the data backup, or they will uninstallation the old server. They will reinstallation the new server. This kind of scenario, the customer also need to do the data backup. So the data backup will be under. We will go enter this path. We will find the data tool exe file, and then we will run it. So we have 2 steps before we remove the server. We have to do the data backup. So data backup, we enter the path, we open the tools. We will choose start to save the data backup. Normally we will put the data backup on the desktop, and then once the new server is ready or new server is being installed, we will go to the same path. We will go to the same path. We will restore the backup data. So this is a two-step jobs before you remove the server, and after you reinstallation the new version of the server, or you updated your server. So this would be 2 steps for the data backup and the restore. And the final step for the uninstallation the servers. So this one we will do the same normally as the application removal. So we will find the task control panel, program and features, find the CMS server, which will representative of SEBA servers, and then we will click the uninstall. So also this have a note that before you uninstall the server, customer have to be considered that this data is needed to be backup, or you lose this data, no issue or something. You have to do the backup in advance before you uninstallation the servers. So this is the whole thing about the SEBA server installation, data backup, and uninstallation server. And once the server is being ready, so the first interface will be the SEBA website. So SEBA website, we will first talking about the basic data management, which is the first sector we can see. So once we how we will log in, normally we will open the Google Chrome browser and enter the external IP that we configure in the server IP plus the port. So the default port will be 12056. So IP plus the port, you can access to the installed server. So it will require you to enter the username and the password. As you guys know that the default username and password will be the admin and admin. So we will enter the SEBA website. Once we enter the SEBA website, we will say first go to our eyes will be the home interface. So in the home interface will be have a generally information like the fleet, how many fleet we have, how many vehicle in total, and how many rows, how many users we have for these servers. And also it also playing the chart like the alert summary and GPS position summary. So now, as we talk about the first sector, basic data management, we will go by the rules: fleet, vehicle, and driver. So fleet data will be under the basic data management. It support adding new fleet, delete the existing fleet, and edit the fleet relationship. So it's normal, just a step by step, as I mentioned. And then the second step will be the vehicle interface. So vehicle interface is supporting adding the new vehicles, delete the existing vehicles, which is not running anymore, or the vehicle is being damaged by some reasons. You have to delete it, or you have to you can edit the vehicle information, or you want to modify some vehicle information, etc. So this support for the vehicle information support import and export as Excel sheet format. So it will be helping a lot better than you adding vehicle one by one. It can support batching, import, and export the informations. So just when you adding the information in the Excel sheet, you just fill all the information which is to have the start. You have a star sign. You just enter this information. You finish the Excel sheet. You import to the vehicle interface. Import the vehicle information here. So in the next will be the driver interface. So after the fleet vehicle is finished, we go to the driver interface. So the driver interface, you can add some driver information such as the name or car ID or which vehicle it will be bending. So also it's support in this interface, it's for delete, adding, edit, and batch import, export as the Excel sheet, same thing like the vehicle. So the important part about the basic data management is the user and the role. Before Mrs. Nicole have a brief introduction about this part already. So we'll go shallowly. So about the user and roles. Role you can regard it as some combination of the permission. So this role, I will give him permission, like you can review the live video, you can check the playback function. I'm allow you to configure the evidence, etc. So about the user, so which is the user under this role, it can get the permission as this role required. It can check this video, it can check that fleet, it can check this evidence for like this. So user, you just set it as a username and a password. So you can give to the responsible people who is in charge of this part. So and this one and user and role interface is support the add a new role, delete the existing role, and edit the role information. And for the user will be the same. You can delete, you can add, you can edit. So we'll go to the SEBA website live video. So live video actually, as you can see, it has 5 parts as below. So the first part will be the fleet tree, which is we can see the specific online offline vehicle quantity, how many channels is enabled, and the second part is a map area. And once you click the online vehicles, it will show the GPS locations of this car, is online cars. And the third part is a live video. Once you double click the online vehicles, it will show you the online vehicles, which is the channel is being recorded. So the fourth part is about the vehicle information. This part will show the general information of the online vehicles, such as the plate number, serial number, and what is speed at this time, and what the direction, what the location, etc. And the last part will be the alerts. So as Mr. Radwan introduced about the device side, once you configure some alerts, it will directly go to this place to do the display. It will show information what is the fleet name and what time the alerts, which plate number has the alerts, and what is the alert type, and what is location, speed, etc. So website playback sector. So playback sector, we support the online vehicle playback inquiry, and we can choose we will playback as a mainstream or substream, and we can choose which days need to be playback that the customer receive from end user. Say at this day we have the accident at around this time to this time, so we can check by the information that end user provided. We can back to this part. We can check the playback, and we will see what is happening by this time. So this is a playback. So here is the next part is reports. Talking about the reports, we have firstly we have the report dashboard interface. This is including total alert weekly, total GPS weekly, and total mileage weekly. This is a general dashboard about these parameters. And it will be including the alerts, GPS position summary, mileage, and online rate. So we will go it separately, one by one, and to generally introduction, each part of the report will be. So first part will be the GPS position statistics. So this interface, this report including two parts. One is the GPS position statistics. It will be the summary of the selected fleet and vehicle GPS position data. And the second one will be the GPS details. The GPS details will show you the detailed information of the selected vehicle at what time, what the location, and longitude, altitude, like this. And it will also support the export by Excel sheet. You can review with your management if this vehicle has some issues. And the second report is the alert statistics interface. So alert statistics interface including three parts, which is the first part is alert, second part is first part is alerts, which will show you the alert summary of the selected fleet and vehicles. Like at this time period, this vehicle, it will have 100 alerts in total. And the second one is the alert types. Alert types will show you the alert vehicle information, alert type, and alert times. And the third part is the alert information inquiry. So at this part, you can see the detailed information of each alert, which is happening on the selected vehicle or selected fleet, selected vehicles. Maybe it has a video loss at this time, and what is the status will be, and it has SOS alert at this time, and what the status will be. This is the alert inquiry, alert information query interface. So the next part is the user operation log interface. This user operation log interface we can generally understanding as one user he log as this account, and his parents role is maybe center, maybe assistant administrator. It will recording the operation that he's doing on this platform. Maybe at this time he was changing some name of the fleet, some name of the fleet, one fleet. He changes this name. He changes from the old name to the new name, and it will be recording. It will be recording the history here. Or maybe the next time he logging at this account, and then he start to delete some damaged vehicles or not exist vehicle informations. It also leave the record or history here by this reports. So next part is the overspeed report. It's easy to understand about the overspeed reports. It support the query by the day. Also you can have a speed limited. So which is under as I showed here the screenshot. If the speed under 80, it will not appear here, because I'm not regarding before the under the 80 is the overspeed report. So you can see the detailed information about how many speed it is, and where the location, and what is the direction, and which time being reported, like this. So the next report is the user online offline report interface. This interface is when is this user logging? Maybe Angus logging at today, which time, and when is this user log out? So it will leave the history here, and through which IP. Maybe now he's in Riyadh, he's through this IP logging, and from the web or from the client, something like this. So next report is the mileage statics interface. So in this report is including two parts. The mileage statics. It will show the summary of the mileage in the inquiry duration. And the second one is the mileage report. It will show the vehicle information with the mileage start and end time and the mileage calculation, which is the detailed mileage report as you can consider. So next report is the driving time. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Who is? Yeah.
Can you let Wasim in also?
They have another customer accessing or what?
Continue, Anders. He already entered. You can continue, no problem.
Okay. So next report is the driving time report interface. This will show the selected vehicle driving time, which can be used filtered by the date, driving time, and what is speed as inquiry filter. So the next report is online rate statics interface. In this report is including three parts. The online rate statics will show the summary of the online vehicle number, and the monthly online logs will show all the vehicles online statics by the monthly from the day 1 to the day 30. So today he's online. He will mark. He will be marked as he's online today. This vehicle. This vehicle is online today. And the next day it's not online, it will be marked as a crash if it's not online. And the third part will be the detailed online logs will show the vehicle online, which at what time it's online, and which is attached the vehicle basic information as well. So this is about online rate statics interface. So next report is about the last statics logs interface. This is easy to understand what is the last statics logs. So last statics logs, they have the two parts. One is the last GPS information. The second one is the last online info. So last GPS information will be show the vehicle last GPS information, which is uploaded to the platform before the totally shut down. Because once the device is shut down, it have the ignition delay time, maybe 5 minutes as default. So after 5 minutes passing, it will passing the last GPS. It will be sending. It will be putting on the database and reflecting on the platform. So last online information will show the vehicle, what was the last time before the offline, and also with the vehicle basic information. So this this report is about the device flow report interface. As this report is including two parts. The first part is the flow count. Flow count will show the daily flow count, business flow count, and the flow top 10 chart. And the second part will be the flow details. Flow details will show the vehicle basic information and with the flow usage start to the end. Note, a flow consumption will be the command. The user have the command to open the live video, to open the video playback, or he's downloading some important evidence or important video clips, or it will be consumption, the data flow. So next part for the SEBA website is kind of important part about the evidence and the evidence configuration. So as you can see on the standard, the SEBA server, it has a sector called the evidence center. As evidence center, it will show the device uploaded evidence once the trigger with the configure alert. So here we have to finish the configuration of the evidence downloading strategy. As you can see, this is the place of the evidence downloading strategy being configured. So it's called the alert linkage setting. So step one, we will choose which vehicle needs to be using this evidence download strategy. And the second step, we will select which important alert need to be recording as the evidence, or apply the evidence download strategy. And the third step, we will start to configure the evidence downloading strategy detail setting. We will select the main string or substring as the evidence recording, and we will recording which channel, because we don't need some extra channels to consuming the data when uploading the evidence. And also we will also choose the black box information which need to be uploaded as the evidence package. And once we finish, we will click save the setup, and then we will say once the vehicle is being successfully issue the evidence downloading strategy. So for now the SEBA website is finished. So we'll go to the SEBA client, because we are using as I know from a customer, we are using it as a combination way. So about the SEBA 2 client, this is some basic information. What is about the SEBA client? So I will take this package name as an example. So this some general reading about this package. So this E is called the English version E, and the 2.6.3.0, this 0 means the standard version, not some customized version for the special customer which have the special needs. And for so if you are a new customer, the first time you will installation the SEBA client as well. So you will right click the exe files and running as the administrator. And then it will automatically choose the save path normally. The second step after installation complete, you can click the SEBA 2 icon and enter the login page. So this have some description about the SEBA 2 client login interface. So first one is the type. So server. So normally we will choose by the server, but sometimes we will use the local when the customer needs to get need to read some HD recording video from the device itself. At this time, we will choose the type as a local. The second one is the server IP. This is the same thing as what we modify the configure when we installation the SEBA server, which is the external IP we are using. And if you are first time to log in the SEBA client, you'd better also adding the accessing port, which is the 72664 if you are the first time logging. So we will enter the username and the password. The default one will be the admin. If you log in by the local, the default will be the admin and no. No means nothing, not the letter NULL is nothing. Just no need to put anything for the password. So being noted here also, the default port of the SEBA 2 client login, it is 72664 for the accessing, loading, balancing, and client services, proxy access, and client balance. So we'll enter this main interface of the SEBA client. Basically, the same thing as Mrs. Nicole was in your introduction, and it will be also same thing as the SEBA website. But it have some extra functionality. Once you right click the online vehicles, it will be supporting the function as below. The two-way audio, which is the voice via IP, and broadcasting setting, call it, and GPS configure, get a version, etc. So basically, all the functions being verified and it's working normally. And for the live video part, it's still the same. It have the several parts as below. So for the area 2, it will be showing the basic vehicle functions with once the vehicle is online. And the area 3 will be the video map mode. Once you select the video, it will show double click. It will show the live video. And area 4, the area 4 will be the selected vehicle currently GPS location on the map. And then area 5 will be the device alert display area. And the last area is the function menu, as we can see, function bar, as we can see also. So the playback, same thing like we used on the Seba website. I will not go very detailed about this. So you have basically have a server playback, online playback, and directory playbacks when we using the HDD readers to read the video in the HDD from the device itself. We'll use this directory sector. So this is evidence. This is evidence center. We can for the customer, we can see if the customer prefers the Seba client more, he can see the evidence center from here. But if the customer prefers the website more, he can also see the evidence center from the website. It's basically the same. Information will be the same. So about the function menu, I will go step by step. So the first one will be this upgrading icon. It will be jumping to the remote upgrade. So once we jump into this remote upgrade page, first of all, as a customer, we have to do the file management. So we'll upload the files which need to be issued to all the vehicles that's provided from the Streamax or some customer have this package itself. And the second step, once the file is being uploaded to the file management, the second step will be the task manager. So we will create the upload task for the vehicles which need to be upgraded. This task can be real time or can be reservation task, which is like not currently now is rushing hours. I don't want my vehicle to start upgrading from now on. So I will schedule time. I will do the reservation task, and the task will, and the vehicle will be only upgraded at this time once it's online and connecting with the server itself. So the second icon here will jump into the report dashboard. So this I already introduced by the website, so we will not go very detailed. So this icon, we will go to the basic data management. We can passing. So this ring bells, which is alert, let's say the alert statics, it will be jumping to the alert center. So the alert center will allow to search the alerts by the time range, inquiry mode, and the status. Can select the center or single vehicle to be searched. And here the first one is the alert search. The second one setting. So here setting is the same as our introduction on the website. This will be the evidence downloading strategy settings configurations. So basically, we're using the same operation. We'll choose which vehicle need to be downloading the evidence, and what the other will be the configuration, and what will be the required materials need to be which channel, what stream, in-stream or substream, and we need a black box data information or no. This decided by the customer itself. So here is the addition for the Seba client, which is the system setting. So here, when you click the system setting here, you can see some basic system setting, which paths we need to set up for the capturing the pictures, and what is the map type we'll be using also. But this map type have to be, to be integrated or to be verified by the Streamax side. So this one, second part is the server test. So this is actually very useful. Once the customer itself he finished the server, he finished the server installation, he can start to installation the CBAC client. Once he can enter into the CBAC client, he will go and check this server test. So this server test is like a telnet. It will also show you which port is open, which port is not open. So once it's not open the required ports, customer can request the IT team to do the double check. And once it's all tested successfully, so that means this time the CBAC server installation is successfully deployed. So this is about the server test. The second one is about is a very normal using, which is about on the CBAC client. This about will show you what customers the CBAC client is using, the version of the CBAC client and the version of the CBAC servers also. So basically, sometimes we will request the customer to provide this kind of information to us to do the troubleshooting or something like this. So this is the extend content, which is the data or streaming calculation tools. Here I will show some live demo. So it's better to let me finish this part. So at this calculate tools, it have the several parameters as below. First one is the system how to say this is system standard. Is PIO or is NTSC standard, but for most of the time the MENA region will be using the PIO system standard. And the second parameter will be the quality. So the quality in the Streamax will be from the 1 to 7. So 1 is the best. So if a customer choose 1 as a recording parameter, it will consuming more and more HDD capacities. So the next one is a frame. It's called the frames per second. It's supported from the 1 to 30. Based on the PAL system standard, it was supporting 1 to 25 based on the NTSC standard. And duration means that how many times that the customer want to recording without recording overwrite. So this rate is automatically generated by what we decide for the frame, what we decide for the quality, and it will be automatically designed. So here I will stop sharing this one. I will show a last demo of the calculator tool. So here, guys, you can see here, this is the live demo of the NIM protocol bitrate calculator. So customer can choose how many channels for their project. Let's say it's 4 channels. So each channel based on the camera difference, customer can decide for this channel I will use 720p, and then the video quality I will choose it like a 3 or something, and the frame rate let's keep it for recording how many, let's say just take a 1 hour as a example. So 1 hour at this standard parameters, it will be consuming 1.1 gigabit. So plus the additional additional channels, totally channel HDD consumption will come to here. So customers then will based on their demand or requirement about HDD recording time period. they can do some simply calculate by these tools. It will be helpful. It will be helpful. So if anyone needed for these tools, we will check internally, say if we can share these tools to everyone in attending the meeting or not. So okay, let's go back to the original one, and this one I think. Yeah. So we go. So this is briefly that what I want to introduce. But additionally, some customers, they have the special need for the server domain and HTTPS certificate, because they were thinking this is more secure and more helpful for their server itself. So here, this addition topic, how we will require the server domain and HTTPS on the SEBA server. So here will be the steps. So the step one, we will check about the certificate and the key. This certificate and the key will be provided by the customer. They will purchasing on the market of any qualified network company or something. They will go get the certificate, SSL certificate and the domain name. They will provide it to us. And then second step, they will they have the two files. One is the cert files. Cert files including the domain name which is being pointed, and the next file is called the key files. Key files is easy to understand. I mean, what is the provider key? What is the beginning of the provider key? What is the end of the provider key? So the format will be like this. So the second step, we will change the file name, because at the Streamax we have the special the file name for the domains and the HTTPS requirements. So we will change unknown cert and unknown key as a certificate .pem, and the key we will change the private key .pem, something like the screenshot I showed here. The third step, we will back up the files. So we will find this path. We will go inside this path. We will firstly change the original files inside, and then we will copy paste the one we have modified. We will put in the same path, and then we will copy our files to this path, the same path. And then after the new certificate files and the private key files being put under this path, we can enter the server config tools. This config tools is very easy to check when you press the Windows button or something. We will running the config tools as administrator. So it will open the page that when we normally installation the SEBA server. So this page we have to select the HTTPS here using the HTTPS. We have to select this part, and then additionally we have to open the firewall about this new defaulted ports, because this port is the business, is the services related with the domains and HTTPS. So once the customer has a need, he need to ask his IT team to open the mapping port on the firewall. So as I mentioned here, customer IT have to enable the external mapping and establish the new embedding rules in the Windows Defender for the ports. And after this finish, we select the use HTTPS. We open the ports accordingly, and we will click the modify the config. And then the final step, we will find the task manager. We will find the task manager by the Control Shift and ESC. Open the task manager. We will find the ng broker, and we will restart this services. because this NGX broker is all related with the domains and HTTPS. So once we restart, we are able to using the domain name to access the website, and we can use the domain name on the device side to be registered on the platform as well. So basically this is all I'm talking about the SEBA platform. I will do a general conclusion what we have talked about. We talk about the SEBA server installation. We talk about the SEBA website, the functionality introduction. We talk about the SEBA client side, the functionality introduction, and we talk about the extra calculating tools of the Streamax as well. So for my part, it actually is finished from now on. So if you guys have any points, any points, you can share in the chatting space, or you can open your mic, you can start in talking, and we will record the issues, we will record in the questions. Okay. Regarding universal link cooperation. Regarding SEBA platform license, 100 device package per year. What do you mean per year? If it's valid for only 1 year, then I have to pay. Okay, so this is Mr. Mr. Fadi from Universal. So this information, because this information related with the commercial part of the MENA region. So you can, I suggest you can directly communicate with Mrs. Nicole or Mrs. Summer about this point, about how to charge in the SEBA platform license. It's with them this part. Okay. So any other issues? So we will take 5 more minutes to check the question. Take time. Anybody had any issues? Okay, let's check. This is SDS Dennis. 8081 NGX port field on our system. For what purpose is this? For what purpose of this port? Okay, firstly, for on my slide, I already shared the requested the ports need to be opened. So for now, I will check for you 8081. What is the services on this port? Okay, give me 1 minute. I will check. Let me check the purpose of the 8081. I will reply. I will back to you for a minute. Eight 8081. This functionality is Mr. Dennis from SDS. This functionality for the 8081 NGX port is for the NM 2.0 devices using the remote configuration. NM 2.0 devices. Because currently for all devices we have NM 1.0 and we have the NM 2.0 now. any more thing need to be understand, you can send us message or something. So Mr. Wensen, alert linkage setting, can it done for the group of the vehicle or one by one for each vehicle? So here as a standard alert linkage setting, we can firstly we can set it by the one car, but we will save this template. So once we save this template, we're able to use it for the vehicle 2, vehicle 3, like this, for the standard function of this alert linkage setting. So Mr. Ella, can we upload our own logo to the SEBA platform, and can we include it in the report export? Having our own logo in the report will be very beneficial. Yeah, this is actually in the Mr. Ella. This question is actually a very good question. Currently for the SEBA platforms, I'm for sure I have to check back with the developers, with the developer team. But for the other new platforms that we are launching, it actually is supporting to upload the customer its own logos by himself. But even you say including the alert report export, this needs some other extra customized, as you know. So once we finish this meeting, we can go down for deeply checking internally, or you can send us email officially, and we will check and back to you. Okay. Do you have APIs for SEBA? Can we integrate SEBA with our own samples? Thank you. Yes, we have a standard SEBA APIs for sure, and we also integrate for other for some projects as well. So you can bring your request about this point, and we will see what the data is putting in our SEBA APIs. If it's including, we can do the integrate for sure. But if it is not including, so we have to think in the other way. Okay. Can we have instant notification as email or message to the client inbox or SMS when the alert happens? Okay, this question is good again. Actually, we have this part on the SEBA website. It's called once they have the alert, once they have the alert happening in the vehicles which being configured, and we have a place to set the email sender boxes or SMS sending boxes. But Mr. Wasem, this part we have to be noticed that because we are working overseas for the email or the message, we have to find the third party service to helping us to send in our standard SEBA platform. We already have the integration port or the format of the email being integrated with the other third party. So this also you email in your request, and we can discuss detailedly. Okay. What about the evidence duration on the server? Can it be in storage forever? Currently, it is only 125. I think it's not 125 days. I mean, once we configure our installation the SEBA server, it have a place to enter how many days this evidence or the data can be storage. Later I will check for you, and you can also bring your questions about this one. It has a maximum evidence and evidence duration keep on the database for sure. But I have to make sure it's with the 125 days. Any other issues? Any other questions? It's 120 days. 120 days. What is the maximum duration again? Sorry, your voice is not clear. Hello, you guys can hear me? What is the maximum duration? 120 days. Safe. Okay, so cause we have another presenter, which is Mr. Kingsley. So I think I will bring my time to him. And now as we can enter some tea break, and we will go back at the 12:15. So thanks you very much for your time, and any issues you can send us official emails or WhatsApp message as well, and we are willing to helping or to solving the customer issues as well. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello, everyone. Could you hear me? Hello, and thanks everyone for the present, and thanks for your attending for our training. And this is Kingsley from Streamax. I will do the introduction for the Streamax ITS system related to the delivery, related to the installation. So basically, there are 6 parts we can start. The first one is for different industrial, like taxi, like truck, like bus system, which kind of components will be included. Second one is before we do the delivery, before we do the installation, which kind of normal installation tools need to be prepared. Third one relate to the installation process, whatever which kind of industry devices, whatever taxi or bus or truck, the installation process, they are totally similar. So there are some basically requirements for the process. The first one is for the installation guidance. After we finish the preparation, we will start the installation and which kind of installation requirement for each single device. The 5th part is for some cameras. They are CCTV cameras, which no more monitoring. But for some cameras, they with some AI function, like driver behavior camera, like ADAS camera. These cameras need to do the calibration. So 5th part is related to the calibration job. Final part is for the installation team, how they can confirm the installation finish. There is some inspection details need to be checked. So we can start with the first one, the system composition. For the taxi solution, usually we have below components which used most. First one is for the TP2, the driver operation screen. Then we have some camera focused on the front road monitoring, like C20 camera or some ADAS camera. And for the driver behavior detection, we have DMS camera C29N. Also, we have MDVR, the data hub, panic button. But I will not introduce too much for their function because this part is focused on the installation. And we have GPS antenna, communication module antenna, and also LCD screen. This kind of components will be commonly seen in the taxi system. For the bus system, also we have some normal CCTV camera, like indoors camera, outdoors camera. Also, we have a GPS antenna, MDVR, driver screen, ADAS camera, driver DMS camera. Also, we have some passenger count camera for bus system. Maybe there will be some LCD screen or LED screen inside the bus or for the passenger information. And for the truck system, it's much easier. Like there is some ADAS camera, DMS camera for driver behavior. Then others are some outside or inside CCTV normal cameras, and also GPS antenna for its. But we can see whatever taxi, bus, or truck, most of the components are same and have the same installation requirements. So the next part is related to the installation tools. Normally, if you are using the Streamax system, and some tools need to be prepared, like some taper need to drill a hole. If some cameras are outside the installation, you need to drill a hole and do the wiring for the camera extension cable. Also, some stripper cutter for cutting the tie or cutting the extra cable, multimeter to check the door signal, or some tape to wrap the cable connection part, memory card for using the EasyCheck do the configuration, the ties to arrange the cable, or some other electric tools to do the drilling, to do the installing. Some sticker needed, like to fix the Wi-Fi antenna or fix the other GPS antenna or something. And the rubber ring, which used for if some holes you need to open from outside to protect the cable, you need to put a ring, then do the wiring to make sure the cable cover will not be damaged. And also some industrial alcohol tissue or something to clean the window, clean the glass, and use the phone to do the configuration to connect the EasyCheck. I think that's the basic tools, or some specific tools like our EasyCheck application, EasyCheck tool, the USB tool to connect MDVR when you do the configuration. I think most of you guys have used this device before. And some glue silicone to do the waterproof, and some meter, and alter the water level to do the confirmation for the camera is fixed vertically or horizontally, this kind of tools. So basically there is a tool list for your reference. I think we can share the presentation material after this meeting for your reference. Most of them will be used to do the installation before the construction. The next part is for the installation process requirement. This one is for some cable connection. What's the correct steps? Like wrap together and use a tape to cover it, and use a tie to bound. And there is also other types to connect the cables. For the IPC cameras or HD cameras, after we finish the connection, we need to move the black ring to the gap. This one is used for prevented losing of this connection. After that, also we need to do the wrapping for the connection part to make sure there's later there's no shortage for this part. Next one is there are so many cables behind the MDVR, like I/O cables or something. We will only use one or two of them, like a two-door signal or left turn, right turn signal. Other signal we will not use. So the better way is we just cut off the useless part, and we make it arranged. Use the tape to arrange it well, and make it and put it after the MDVR. It's easy to manage. Next one is for the wiring. the good wiring should be like the left part. The right part, even after you finish the installation, the camera connection, everything fine. But when you do the maintenance, it's not easy to find the cable. And during this environment, maybe some shortage happen, that will be the big problem. So when you do the wiring, should be the yellow part. Make it wiring and make it tight. The next one is for the after MDVR. When we do the wiring, we need to notice, we need to leave some space for the cable. Cannot directly like this way, because after a long time, maybe this one will be damaged. So when we do the wiring on MDVR side or the camera side, we need to leave some cable for the maintenance. This one is what I mentioned in the last chapter. If you want to drill some hole outside the bus or outside the vehicle, first you can drill a hole. Second, you need to put the rubber, then do the wiring, because here is the iron part. If you do the wiring directly, it will damage the cover of the cable. Then the camera will not work. So the correct step is drill a hole and put a rubber, do the wiring, and put the silicone to make sure no water will go inside. That's for the normal process. And then we will move to the first important part is related to the installation. So before we do the installation, we need to check the bus or check the vehicle. Here, the process, I will regard it as bus installation. So before you start, you need to check the bus, any appearance damaged or something wrong. If you find it like front glass, there is some damage, you cannot install the camera, because after that, after you install the camera, then they change the glass, then you need to install again, and you need to move the camera again. So if you find some vehicle, something wrong, you need to report directly, and after fix, we can do it. The next one is we will do the connection for the signal part. Before we do the connection for signal for anything with the original bus system, we need to check the function is working or not. To make sure before we do the connection, the function is there. After we finish the connection, the function is still there. If we didn't check before, then we do the connection, then maybe the bus manufacturer or the operator of the bus will say, after your installation, our system not working. It will get some issue here. So for example, if you want to use a left turn, right turn signal, before you use, you need to check. After you connect, you will check again to make sure nothing be impacted. Okay, the next one is for the connection. Whatever solution, all the MDVR need to be power supplied. So for all of the devices from the Streamax side, for the power part, we have 3 cable. One is the red one, which means the DC in plus cable. The red one. The black one is the GND cable, and the yellow one is our ignition signal cable. So when you do the power supply connection, there are 3 cable will be connected. So you need to use the multimeter, find the DC in plus, find the vehicle power directly. And second one, you need to use the multimeter to check the ignition signal. What is the difference between these two is for the power cable, the red one, whatever you switch on the ignition or switch off, the power is always there. The voltage is always there, like 12 volt or 24 volt. But for the ignition cable, if you switch on you turn on the ACC, then the volt will be 12 or 24. If you turn off, here will be 0. So it's easy to determine which one is ACC, which one is power cable. For the GND, there's no need to extend, just to make sure the GND position of the vehicle and connect directly. And but the normal cases is for our device, when we supply the power cable, we only supply the original power cable, only around 30 centimeters. So in all the cases, then the installation team need to prepare the external cable. When they do the external cable preparation, they need to prepare the cable with the certificated, and the size of the cable should be same size, at least the same size of our cable. Our cable is 16 AWG, so the diameter should be less than or equal to 16 AWG, the extension cable for all the 3 cables. If the cable is thinner than our cable, maybe there will be some shortage in the future. So that's a notification need to be noticed. That's need to be noticed for the power part. Next one is some I/O signal connection. For example, how can we find the door signal of the system? So I think similar like you found the signal with the ACC its ignition signal. When you turn on the door, then the signal, then the volt from the signal cable will be like a 24 or 27, this high volt. When you switch off the door, then it will get 0, which means you find the right one. Rear door same. And for the left turn, right turn signal similar. If you turn on the left turn, it get high volts, and when you switch off, it will get the 0 or low level volt, which means you found the correct one. And after that, after you found the correct one, if for example you connect sensor in to the in5 to the front door, then when you do the configuration settings, you need to set the IO5 is door 1, or IO6 is door 2, IO7 is for the right turn, IO8 is for the left turn. This one is some mistake. If you define sensor in 9 is the reverse, then you do same settings on the MDVR settings. Next one is for the MDVR installation, which is the most important part during the whole installation. For our standard MDVR installation requirements, below 9 points will be required. The first one is the location of the MDVR installation should be far away from the vibrator part, like from the engine, from the wheel, this kind of shaking parts, because the vibration will damage our, give some impact or damage our hard disk in the MDVR. Second one is for the heat. When our MDVR is running, also will generate some heat. We need to far away with the heat source, and also some place it's good at it's good for the heat. It's good for the heat place for the MDVR. Third one is the waterproof. Our MDVR is the inside vehicle installation. There's no waterproof level for the MDVR, different with the outside cameras. So if any water go inside to the MDVR, there will be some damage for the circuit inside. And even like when you put it near the AC condition, if the temperature is high and then the AC is on, the surrounded temperature is low, so there will be some water generated. So also will give the bad impact to the MDVR. Fourth one is similar. The fifth one is the dust proof. Make the surrounded of the MDVR environment is clean. Because if any dust go inside, it also will make our MDVR running slow. And for the electrical environment, also same. If you put the MDVR inside the console or very complicated electric environment, one is there will be not good for the maintenance. The other one is there will be some conflict to our system. The next one is for the installation position. The installation position should be flat always, as the picture showing, cannot be vertically, because one is if vertically it's not most of the situation it will shaking, and it's not good for the hard disk. Second one is it's vertically installation. Some inside sensor cannot be used, like a drain sensor. And for the maintenance and the wire management is we need to make sure the installation location for the rear side. It's easy to find the cable and do the replacement and do the maintenance. And for the front side, you can easily to open the front panel, insert easy check or insert USB to do the configuration. So based on the below points, if your installation can meet below requirements, then there should be no problem for the MDVR. And we also found in many cases some feedback from the customer, like our MDVR, the hard disk not working. And most of the cases is due to the wrong installation. They didn't fix the MDVR with 4 screws, only 1 screw, or even no screw, only use a double-sided sticker, double-sided tape. That cannot accept it, because after several days, after the vehicle shaking all the time, then the hard disk will be damaged. Good installation should be like all the screws should be fixed, and the installation should be faced with the vehicle directly, with the mainstream of the vehicle. And even you put for example, if you have no place to put inside the vehicle, if you put it into the luggage rack, just to make sure there's no AC surrounded, and also 4 screws fixed with the main structure of the vehicle. Also no problem, but need to be fixed tightly as requirement. This is for the taxi. For taxi, usually we'll put the MDVR under the seat. Also, 4 screws need to be fixed with the main structure of the taxi vehicle. Next one is some driver screen. How can we fix it? For driver screen, we'll have the bracket attached in the material box. First is you can install the bracket on the dashboard, and you can drill a hole nearby to do the wiring, and then fix the driver screen with the bracket. So what's the requirement for the driver screen is after you finish the driver screen installation, the driver sitting here can see the driver screen directly, and he can easily to touch with his hand. Also, even install here. During his driving, he wanna check the mirror or something. There will be no influence for his view. So that's a good installation. Should no influence with driver operation. Next one is some keypad installation. Also found some good place to do the installation. This one, there's no too much requirement. Just make sure after installation, the driver can touch easily, and no influence for other original buttons. That's it. Next one is for our GPS antenna installation. And this picture is the truck system, and this picture is the bus system. For all the antenna in all the solutions, we require the customer to do the antenna installation outside the roof of the vehicle. You can drill a hole on the roof directly, or you can go from the camera hole, or you can do the wiring behind the rubber. There are so many ways. It's according to the real environment, but from Streamax requirement, the antenna should be outside. and with waterproof nearby. And for some pickup truck or for some taxi, cannot drill hole outside. But for this kind of vehicle type, the glass always is slope. So you can put the GPS antenna in the corner of the dashboard to make sure above the GPS antenna there's nothing blocked the signal. Also, we can accept for this kind of type. This is some cases from also from bus, like they didn't drill a hole. They have some original light. They just remove the light and do the wiring from the light. Also, it's accessible, but need to be attended. Like pay attention here. Cannot damage our cable. They leave some space here, and do the waterproof, which is accepted. Next one is for the communication antenna, like 4G antenna, Wi-Fi antenna. For some devices, it's in the front panel of the MDBR, which there is some logo here. Some devices is in the back panel of the MDBR. Just found the connector and finish connection. We suggested for the 4G antenna, we take it to the front side, near the window side, and put it near the dashboard or on the A pillar, B pillar, which is no problem. And for the GPS antenna, usually we put it in the corner of the near the window. But for the GPS, for the Wi-Fi antenna, I'm sorry, for the Wi-Fi antenna, there's no sticker here, so need the installation team to prepare the double-sided tape to stick to the corner of the bus. Next one is related to the normal cameras installation. For normal camera installation, just according to customer requirement and fix the location and fix the angle. For example, for the bus system, usually we will put one camera above the driver to monitor the driver, the door, and the front area of the passenger. Also, if you log in the EasyCheck, there is some click preview. There is some green lines you can guide on. Here can also be the reference to do the installation and angle confirmation. For example, if the installation, so many cameras will be installed in the same type, each bus same location, but how can confirm the angle? Can use the green lines for the reference. Like every time the steering wheel is always in the center of the cross line or something. Just make use of the green line, the guide on line to do the reference. And inside the bus, if you have other cameras, you can do after installation. Also can use the guideline, like check the seat line and with the green line to confirm the angle. Here, this function is used to make all the installation same and requirement same. This is for the CCTV cameras. The key point is do the installation according to the customer requirement, and how to make sure all the vehicles with the same view can use our guide on line function to do the adjustment, to do the requirement for the installation team, to define the role and do the training for the installation team. Next one is for some AI cameras, like our DMS cameras. There are different types of the DMS camera. One is this one, which I think you have used before. This one is 8K camera and with a 6mm lens. This one usually we will put in the middle of the dashboard. That's the best location, but also can do the side installation. And what's the basic requirement for this camera is after the installation, make sure the driver face is in the center of the view, and what's the distance can be accepted from the driver eyes to the camera. The distance should among 60 centimeter to 100 centimeter. And after installation, remove the sticker cover of the camera, and when you confirm the location, before you confirm the location, make sure that the driver sitting in the normal position, and after that, do the calibration. Then no remove for the driver seat. Here is the other one installation way is we can accept put it in the media, put it in the left side, right side. But the angle difference should be around 15 degree, cannot be more than 30 degree for the side installation. And the installation steps is losing the screw, and this screw is for the angle adjustment. And after you confirm the installation location, drill a hole to do the wire and fix the 4 screws. And after you confirm the angle, fix these 2 screws. So after you confirm the location, how do the angle adjustment? Here are the basically requirements. Whatever front installation or side installation, the driver face should be in the media of the 4 squares. Also, you can use the green line for the reference. You can guide on, then here will be some grid. And make sure the driver face is inside the 4 squares. Next one is maybe there will be some steering wheel appearing in the view, but we can accept it, but it cannot be too much. The driver steering wheel cannot exceed 2 squares of the bottom right corner, even we do the side installation. Next one is for the seat belt. It's clearly visible in the picture, and also the camera light is focused on the driver. Some cases, if you do the installation in the right side, then the camera will focus on this direction. Here there is a window. If the window area is too much, then here will be exposed, so also cannot accept it. Then at that time you need to change the location. And maybe some people will have some questions, like if the driver with different height, like 165 centimeter or 175, 185, how can we do? I think this one no problem. You can, if you have the average height of the driver, like make one people 175 sitting here and to check the function. Or if you don't have, no problem. Even you have one not too much high guy, he sit here after the angle adjustment. There's another tall driver come here, just to make sure the eyes and the mouth, the face not exceed these 4 squares, no problem. Better location is in the center. If the another driver, due to the height difference, there is a little high, there is a little short, no problem. Just not exceeded to these 4 grids. This is for the indicator camera. Another one is we have some pillar camera or glass installation type cameras. These cameras, and for these cameras we have 3 types. One is for install it on the A pillar. One or install it with a glass part, or install it on the dashboard. For these 2, the difference is for the bracket different. For this one is the length also different. For the A-pillar camera installation, usually is using for truck and taxi. And also there is some requirements. The first one is after the installation, the distance between the driver to to the length is between 50 to 70 centimeters, cannot exceed to 80 centimeters, and should be the angle should be a little low, like from the dashboard to the camera location, there is 10 centimeter above. For the glass mounting camera, same requirement, just a different installation way. And for this camera, after installation, the view will be a little different, but the requirements are same. Make sure the driver face in the middle 4 squares, grids, and also the light is focused on the driver face. Safety belt is clear, and also the steering wheel not appear too much. That's it. Same requirement for all the ADAS for all the DMS cameras. And for this camera, the requirement is the same. After the view will be same with the AD kit. So I will not extend the introduction. That's the basic DMS camera installation requirement. For the ADAS camera, whatever truck, taxi, or bus, same requirement. The first one is ADAS camera should be installed in the middle of the windshield. Second one is if the windshield there is some A-pillar or some bar here, can be removed a little left or a little right, but the limitation is 10 centimeters, cannot exceed 10 centimeters. The third point is the camera installation location should be within the working area of the wipers. Like there is a 2 wiper, and when they working, our camera should install in the working area to make sure there is some running, some water, or after some washing, and the water is here, it will influence our camera. So make it inside the working area. But we need to notice that it should be in the working area, but the wiper will not block the camera length. Next one is for the ADAS camera. The installation height can be, the best installation height range is between 150 to 240, this range. But if some specific bus, some weird bus or some vehicle cannot meet this requirement, can be extended this range like 120 to 60 centimeters. For truck, same. Put the camera in the middle, and the wrapper not blocked the camera, and it's in the working area, and that's it. And when you confirm the location, you can use the logo of the bus or of the vehicle to confirm the middle line. And after the installation confirmed, the ADAS installation is horizontal and vertically. Use water level. For bus, here is some simple, same, not blocked, and in the working area, in the middle, and it's horizontal. That's for the ADAS camera. In all the solution, most used is for these 2 cameras. One is DMS, one is ADAS. So that's for the installation requirement. Here I will introduce one more camera in the bus solution. Is our passenger count camera. For our passenger count camera, there are some vehicle with this kind of steps. So when we confirm the location, we just confirm the angle. We just confirm the view of the camera. The no standing area is in the center of the camera. And we have 2 different brackets. One is this side mode installation bracket. One is for the lift mode. installation bracket, but the same logic, we just confirm the no standing area in the center of the view. Let me see. And we also have some this kind of this kind of type of the bus. This one there's no steps, but it's normal bus for city bus. Just to make sure the no standing area in the center of the view. Same requirement. Next part is for the wiring, and for some buses, usually for the buses, when we do the wiring, we will open the AC and do the wiring inside the AC channel. And when we do the wiring, the requirement is every 3 meters or every 2 meters, we need to use a tie to tie the cable and make sure the cable is well arranged. That's it. That's for all the installation part. So basically, the process is prepare the installation tool and find the necessary power supply cable and the I/O, which you use the I/O cable, and do the extension for the power and for the I/O cable, and finish all the components installation and finish connection. Then the installation part is done. After the installation, we need to adjust the angle and do the calibration. So the next part is for the calibration guidance. For the calibration and the configuration, we will use one tool, which means the EasyCheck, which I mentioned. Then connect the EasyCheck to the USB of the MDVR, and you need to download the one application. The name is EasyCheck from the App Store or Google Store. After you install the application in your phone and open your Wi-Fi settings, found the Wi-Fi signal, which is the name of the MDVR, like Streamax, and here is the terminal ID of the MDVR. Found this Wi-Fi and connect. Then open the EasyCheck application. Find here is connected, and input the username. The default username is admin, ADMIN, and for the password same. After you input these two, just click login. You will go to the interface of the MDVR settings. You can see the general status and preview and playback and config preference. And if you have some upgrade job or configuration job you need to do, you can also this one can connect to the laptop of your MDV, connect to your laptop, and you can put the file inside the EasyCheck, like upgrade file, configuration file, and connect again. If you want to do the upgrading, here click general variant information and find which one you want to do the upgrade, or the MDVR or the FC, and do the upgrade. And if you want to do the configuration import, and you can click the others and find and do the import configuration here. This is for the batch installation and the batch upgrade. And for the SIM card insert, without SIM card, our MDVR cannot connect to the platform by the 4G module communication. So you need to insert the SIM card. The first one, open the front channel, find the SIM card insert location, and do the insertment. So before you do the insert, the MDVR should be powered off. Not suggested to do the insert during the MDVR is on, because it will not be good for the 4D module. If you during the power on of the MDVR, you install the SIM card, it will take a long time to detect the SIM card. So before you insert the SIM card, MDVR should be off. Next one is after we log in the EasyCheck, and where can we do the calibration? Here, like before we do the calibration for the DMS camera, we need to double check the driver face is in the middle 4 squares or not. After that, we can go to the calibration, click the preference, click alarm, clear intelligent. Found there are so many functions here, like DMS ADAS, found the DMS, change the type to calibration type, calibration mode. And if you do the side installation, side installation means install in the right or the left, or front installation means you put the camera in the middle. Here the camera is to the side installation, the left side. So you need to select the side mounting or side mode, and then click save. Then go back to the preview. You will find here are so many AI box, calculating box, the AI box. So what you should do, arrange one driver, sit here, no any movement, and driver face to the front side, and keep here. So wait 3 status. One is the calibration status we'll get from calibration false to get it calibration true. The other one is the calibration number. For the for the side installation, the calibration number will get from 0 to 301. And if you put the camera in the middle, which means front installation, the number will get from 0 to 51. That's the difference for these two calibration way. And for the square, all the square will be from blue to red. After these 3 status confirmed, which means your calibration finished. So just go back to the same setting, change the DMS, the type of the camera change to normal, and save. Then the calibration of the DMS finish. So basically the process, it confirms the angle is in the middle, and go to the setting, change to calibrate mode. If side installation, select side. If front installation, select front, and go back to the preview to wait 1 minute. Like it will automatically calibrate. Wait the status of these 3. Get to true, get to the 301, get to red. Then the calibration finish of DMS camera. Then after that, change it to normal. That's for the DMS calibration. For the ADAS calibration, same location. Go to the preference and go to the alarm. Go to the AI intelligent and select the ADAS. Change from normal to calibration mode and save. And go to the parameter settings, basic setup, other setup. There is a AI settings for the ADAS camera installation height. So what you need to do, you need to measure. For example, here is the camera. The number 1 is the distance between the camera lens to the ground. Just measure this different distance and input here and save. But you need to note the distance is from the lens to the ground, not from the upper of the camera or the lower side of the camera. It's from the camera lens to the ground. After that, you input here and save. And there are 2 ways to do the calibration. One is the long distance way. measure from the ground, measure on the ground from the vehicle to the fire direction, like 20 meters, and put a mark point, like do some mark on the ground, move like we put a sticker or put another things on the ground. Then we go back to the preview, of the ADAS channel. Then remove the screw of the ADAS camera and losing this camera. After that, you can move it up and down to make sure the 20-meter line match with the mark on the ground. Then fix the angle again. Then the calibration finish. That's for the long distance calibration. But in some cases, the calibration site is not big enough. There is some limitation on the site. So there is another way. Short distance calibration way is a 5-meter calibration. Also same, we do the measurement from the camera to the front direction, make it 5 meters, and you can put a vertical meter or put a bar, no problem. And go to the preview setting. Here you can see there are 2 lines, 3 meter and 5 meter. And you can find here, there is some parameter showing on the line, like 152, 169, 177. No problem, pick one, anyone, like 152 centimeter. Then measure from the ground to the 152 centimeters and put a marker. Here, put a marker. Then same, do the angle adjustment. Make this line match with a marker on the meter. Then fix the angle. So there are 2 ways to do the calibration. Or if you want, you can if you don't want to measure 152, you can measure others. Just make sure if you measure 169, then you need to make match 30 meters line match with this line. So no any difference in the final view. So there are 2 options to choose. It's based on which the site on the calibration is wise enough or not. After you finish the calibration, you fix the screw spec and go to the alarm AI setup and change to normal and save. That's for the ADAS camera calibration. Next one is for the passenger count calibration. The first one is losing the screws of the 2 sides, and you can twist up and down to adjust the angle. Make sure the no standing area is in the center of the view, and go to the preference and go to the advanced setting. Go to the network. And here you can select the type of the function, like APC camera, and which door bonding with the camera, and search the IP of the camera. After you found the camera which you are going to calibrate, select OK, and go to the settings here. Click this one, go to the settings. And here you can check the status. If you open the door, here shows door status is on. And after you close the door, here shows door status is closed. Then which you can confirm that now the door settings and the camera is bonding. It's matched. Then you can start the calibration. So here change the mode to calibration mode, and change the method to detection frame, and click calibration line, and then click capture. Here we'll capture one picture. Also, you need to draw 2 boxes. One is blue box, one is the red box. The blue box is focused on the no standing area, like 2 steps of the bus, and the red box is focused on the detecting area. So some passenger will come from here, and he will go inside, or he come from here and go outside. So the red box needed to focus on the maximum side of the passenger working area, and for this blue one only focus on the no standing area, the 2 steps of the bus. After that, save and turn to normal mode and save for the calibration finish. For the rear door sim, just select the different one and do the same process. And after the calibration, and after the calibration, you can test. And here shows the door open, and you can go inside 5 times, getting off 5 times. Here the count matched, which means your calibration is done. That's for the calibration. So today I only do the introduction for the DMS camera and ADAS camera, and for the passenger count camera. We have, this is only for the presentation. We have more detailed document. After this call, we can share to the by the email. And that's for the installation and the calibration. The final step is for the installation team, how to check the work. First one is take all the picture for the components inside of the bus, like the MDVR installation, the camera, CP5, the driver screen installation, some dashboard installation, GPS antenna, and also ADAS camera, CCTV camera, to make sure all the installation done. Next one is some calibration picture need the installation team to check. How can they confirm the calibration is good? When they do the calibration, they need to take the screenshot, like for the passenger count, for the ADAS camera, for the DMS camera, to record, to make sure their installation and calibration is finished properly. Next one is check all the live streaming is working, like DMS channel and CCTV1 channel, CCTV2 channel, and 2 passenger count camera channel, ADAS channel. Make sure all the live streaming is work. Otherwise, even the vehicle connect to the platform, the live streaming will not work. Check the I/O status when turn on the. Here is check the I/O status. For example, if you open the door and you connect to I/O6, here should be high level, and otherwise it should be low level. Here also it's easy to for the installation team to check the signal connection is good or not, and check the GPS. Check the GPS signal here. General device module, you can find the GPS signal, how many satellites connected. If it's more than 10, which means the connection, the installation is good. And after insert the SIM card, here, SIM, the device module, the 4G module should be existed, and also the SIM card should be existed, and the dial status of SIM card should be dialed up, which means the SIM card installation is good. And for the server address, after the installation calibration is done, they will and the server deployment finish, they will input the server IP port in the network settings, and after the settings finish, here should be show the server connection status will be connected, which means the vehicle finish. And if some installation if some upgrading job need to be done, he can take a screen here, can check the version is finished or not. The version here should be the right one. And for some SIM card shows shows there is signal, but there is cannot dial up because some SIM card the operator there is some APN limitation. Need to check the APN settings again to make sure the SIM card can dial up successful. That's the general check after the installation and calibration. I think that's all for the delivery part, installation part. And today is a general training. What I introduced is the first one is for the tools, and the second one is for the basic process during installation. And next one is for the some normal used components how we do the installation, especially DMS camera, CCTV camera, and ADAS camera, MDVR, and driver screen, this kind of components. And for the calibration, today I only highlighted the DMS camera calibration, ADAS camera calibration, passenger count calibration. Maybe there are some other components like BSD camera or something I didn't highlight here. But if you have any query, we can share the calibration materials or documents and share by email. And I think that's all. If you have any questions, you can put the questions in the chat. I will reply here.
Thank you, Kingsley, for introduce the installation sessions for us. I think because of the time reason, we will directly enter the tea break time. Okay. If you have any questions, you can email Kingsley. I'll type it in the chat. We will collect it later.
Okay, let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 2022 online training. We are really glad that everybody could spare their times and join our training. Now is our last part training about RMA procedure. This is a very brief introduction and will not take very long time. So I hope you guys can have your attention. And now let's get started. My name is Elshad, Streamax technical support engineer, and also in charge of RMA part. So let me give you a brief introduction about this. So we have 6 parts. First of all, we talk about responsibility for RMA. What is your responsibility and what is Streamax responsibility? And second part, we'll talk about the simple steps for RMA, how to initiate, how to follow up, how to check the status, and how to confirm. So let's get started. First of all, about responsibility. So we have different parts, different responsibilities to play in RMA process. First, on the customer side, you need to be responsible for submitting RMA request in our RMA system. This system I will show you a bit later after this page. We have new system, RMA system. You can submit this request on the web page. And also, you need to notify us by email that you already have this RMA stocks, RMA devices to ship to us. Also, you need to attach this list so we can know that you already submitted your request and the details of your devices. And on the Streamax side, we will be responsible for receiving your RMA devices and replying to your RMA request. And also some of your questions about these faulty devices. And we will update you on the RMA status. So, and also we will give you the quotation for these devices based on a different level, like if it's within warranty or not, or some kind of other damage. It will be different quotations. So we will update you on this part. And also we are responsible for returning your RMA devices after it's fixed and fully tested. Then we will ship to you. So now we have simple steps. First of all, you need to submit this request on our RMA system. We will talk about this in detail, and also notify by email. Then checking your RMA status online. Then finally, you can receive and confirm. This is our RMA system. Below is a link. I attached this in below. And you can click this link and open up our RMA system webpage. And you can just click create new RMA request. That will jump to this page. So you can enter your details, informations, like your name, company, city, your phone, email, and also what kind of product, and your serial number, and some other descriptions. So after you submit it, we can see these informations and this request, and we will put it in our system. And also after submitting this request, you also need to send us an official email about your RMA. Also remember to attach your Excel sheet that includes all device details, including serial numbers, model, device model, and what is the exact issue with the device, like description. So after that, Streamax will respond to you. We will provide you the shipping address and also the contact persons. These are the contact persons that you can send email to. First of all, this is our account, MENA@streamax.com. Or you can just directly send me email and CC some other colleagues, Nicole or Summer. And we will reply to you as soon as possible after you submit the email. After this process, you can check your RMA status. After you submitted your RMA information, RMA request, you will receive an RMA ID, or you can just directly check it by device serial number. We will also update this status in our RMA system. So when you enter this information, you can get this information directly. So here, how you check it, RMA status check, and you can jump to this page and input the information. You will get the status. So finally, after Streamax side fixed the device and fully tested, you will receive, we will ship it to you, then you can receive, and we reply to you by email. You can confirm back to us that you received this device. Here's how it looks. Let me show you, give you a brief idea on how it looks, how our RMA system works. So here, after clicking this link, you will have this page. And here we have create new RMA request. You will have this form that you need to fill. So after you filling the information, you can just submit RMA form that we can see it on the backend. Right after this one, just the other module I shared with you, you can check your RMA status. You will get RMA ID, or you can just directly search by your serial number of the device. So you will have the, for example, there's no device registered in the platform now. So you will see it's in the repair process, or it's in the shipping stage, or other stages. You will see all the details and your information. If you want to send email, you can just directly jump from here, from below, email our support. You will directly have our email address. Or you can just directly send email to our contact persons. Also, some additional informations like modules involved in this platform. I think that would be pretty useful for you in your projects or in other areas. We have all the product informations and solutions attached in this platform, like all our MDVRs, our dash cams, our cameras, all the informations are here, so you can just take it for the reference. When you have time, you can just browse it and check what's available. So these are the cameras, accessories, displays. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope I delivered the idea clearly. So that's all for our RMA process. Thank you for everybody. If you have any questions, you can just write it in the chat. Hi, Dennis. Dennis has a question. What if we have 100 items for RMA? Do we need to enter all in OpenRMA? This one now, in the previous stage, you just need to send us all the device serial number by email. You don't have to input all the information. For the device serial number, no need. You can just send us by email. We'll just add it from the backside platform, so you can just check it, your state on the system. But in the later stage, you can just add all the device directly, all 100 device directly in the platform. So our goal is that you no longer need to send us Excel sheet. Just directly send all of this. Just directly submit all this information by our system, OpenRMA. We will share with you the details later. For now, you just need to send us the Excel sheet, but also need your request to be submitted on the OpenRMA, so we can know that you have this. So we can just directly attach all this device information to your request. Jules have one question regarding the verification of the authentication file for the LCDs. Who's responsible there? Is it the client or the Streamax? This is for which? This is for buses. Is it correct? Authentication files. This one maybe you can confirm with Kingsley. because this is on the solution part on public bus. We need to check with our other colleagues regarding OS file. Yeah, I'll anyway. Let me share with you the link here, so you can just directly check and take a look. Yes, I shared this link in the chat. You guys can take a look. Any other questions?
If there is no more questions, we will be ending today's training. Thank you very much, Elishot.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
And everyone later, they will be receive one email to your email address that you registered already in the link that for the review test, and then you will be able to receive the certification. But make sure you already registered in the link I was sending, that we will be able to send you one email. But if you did not receive the review test link, please send email to my email address, nicole@streamax.com, that we will send you the link. Thank you very much for spending the time with us. We will see you next time for other training sessions. Have a great day.